YouTube, what is going on? Theo Bean here with another video. I was at work 6 a.m. this morning. I'm looking at Twitter really quick before I started, and sure enough, I just see all these screenshots of this brand new Tears of the Kingdom footage. So as soon as I got home, we got some brand new gameplay footage. I believe this might have been from the Nintendo Direct this morning that I didn't even know was going on. Either way, regardless, we have new gameplay demonstration. So we're, of course, if you've been here before, you already know we're gonna go through, kind of see what we can see, little details, all the little nitty-gritty stuff we can try and pull apart from this and learn going into Tears of the Kingdom here, which is coming up here in just in under 2 months. So without further ado, let's do it.
Hello everyone, I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series.
Hello, Aonuma.
First, I have some news. Development on The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is now complete. Thank you very much for waiting.
Hey, you're welcome.
Many of you are looking forward to this game, and we've released a few trailers so far.
It's true. We are.
Although it'll just be a brief glimpse, I'm going to actually play the game for you all today and
Love
show
it.
you what it's like.
Real time. Hopefully.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's begin. Here we are in the land of Hyrule.
So this looks like post opening cutscene or event that we've seen so far in the trailers. So Link, his arm is messed up. He has this different clothing here. We have 4 stars, so this is relatively early on in the game. Looks like we have our food, our items, our melee weapons, our shields we can pick from here with the directional buttons on the Joy-Cons.
Like The Legend of Zelda Breath.
Outside of that, HUD looks extremely similar to what we're familiar with, so not too much changing there, which is totally fine. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
of the wild, there's a vast world to explore. Of course, it's not just the same world as is. It's changed in many ways. If we talk about all of the changes today, we'll run out of time, so we hope you'll seek them out for yourself when the game launches.
Oh, we will. What type of enemies do we have up here?
In this game,
Let's go back. Are these Lizafos? It's kind of hard to tell from a distance, and then let's also make sure we are in 1080, the highest setting we
it's
can
not
be
just
in.
the same world as is. It's changed in many ways. If we talk about all of the changes today, we'll run out of time, so we hope you'll seek them out for yourself.
They look like Redeads? They kind of look like Redeads. It's hard to say, or it's
When the
Elizavos.
game launches.
It's not the clearest shot. It sounds like Elizavos right there.
In this game, the vast world of Hyrule reaches high into
Could be
the
something
sky.
else completely.
You'll notice
That looks almost like the floating islands here. This almost looks like the one of the divine beasts, but
some
it's
land
not.
masses floating up there. We call them Sky Islands.
Sky Islands.
You're probably wondering something. How do you get to the Sky Island?
We have Koroks here we can interact with. Okay. So this looks like this is between the two gigantic the pass. I can't remember the name of it. Of course, this is very early on. I feel like most people playing through Breath of the Wild, you went through the pass going towards Zora Domain. That's where I personally went first during my first playthrough. Looking here, we have a picture of a sword with the L button. I'm just now seeing this. I'm not sure what this means, but there's an aura coming from towards the top of the sword. What that means, I'm not sure.
When they're so high up.
And we have this ancient type of green bow and arrows here on Link's back as well. And the shield we've seen from the trailer also with the Sheikah eye with the almost tears coming from it. The tears of the kingdom. Okay, so maybe some context there.
If we take a look, oh, something's falling from the sky.
Oh shit.
Do you see it?
It's a care
I
package.
wonder what that is.
Somebody's
Let's
on a
head
kill
over to
streak.
it.
Okay. AC 130, hopefully.
We're almost at the spot where the object fell. Here
It's
it
a
is.
big rock.
Okay, let's use one of Link's new abilities. If
Okay.
you do this on the rock that just fell,
So our symbol here is different now compared to what it was before. So just to say, hold up. So before it was this sword-like symbol. We see a green swirl, which we saw in the last trailer. And then holy shit. Hold up. Okay, there we have this
almost
different
at the
symbol.
spot where the object fell.
We're gonna see what this does here in just a second.
Here it is. Okay, let's use one of Link's new abilities. If you do this on the rock that just fell,
So here we go. The ability to rewind. I said in the previous video for the last trailer that was announced, my big theory is that time's going to play a big part in this game. This kind of hints at that. Doesn't confirm anything, but still is cool to see, right? How this ability, right, almost looks like it's dialing backwards, even though it's going clockwise, which indicates forward. Anyways, not sure what that symbol means. We might know, or it might change for the English version. But regardless, see how this rewind works.
look, it started rising. This power is known as recall, which rewinds an object's movement. Since I just used
So kind of similar to stasis, everything goes gray. So it's like we see recall here. Let me move myself here really fast. So there we get it right there, recall. As well. But interesting to see almost like stasis time here.
recall on the fallen rock, I can now rise into the sky. We're a lot closer to the Sky Islands. Let's use the paraglider to reach one of them.
Holy shit. And then it just goes back up from where I guess it spawned. Or until the gauge runs out. Also looks like we have coordinates here is what I'm assuming these are. That's going to be really nice. So I'm assuming our X, our Y, and then our Z, which will be our vertical element, right? So this will be really cool to see.
There are
And sure enough, as we move, we do see these change. So we actually have coordinates, which will be really nice for tracking where things are. You know, people want to share things, references, things they find. That is a cool little detail added on.
a few other Sky Islands floating here too. I made it.
See the fish-like symbol we see in the trailer. We see one of the dragons.
There are lots of ways to reach the Sky Islands, so we hope you'll try a few different methods.
Sorry, I should say we see one of the 3 ancient dragons that we had in Breath of the Wild. It looks like there's different types of dragons in this one.
Okay, now we're on a slightly bigger Sky Island. Just like on the surface, there are
So it looks like we have a separate map almost just for Sky Islands. Gray areas is just going to be the void in between in the sky, it appears.
several man-made structures. Some trees are also growing here. You won't see many of those yellow trees on the surface, though. Let's walk around for a bit. There's a branch on the ground. When you find something like this, you should pick it up. It might come in handy later. Let's continue.
Oh, so maybe that's what this thing was. That noise we heard looks like it is this type of robot.
Something's there. This is a brand new enemy called a construct.
A construct.
We'll fight it using the branch we just picked up.
But your shield's gonna break. Parry.
Ah, the branch broke. Not good, not good. Quick, get another branch and... we defeated it.
Solid
Moving on.
construct horn and a zonai charge. So the different
We've now
materials.
explored more of this Sky Island.
Assuming we'll have an armor set or item set for that type of gear.
As expected, fighting with just a branch won't get us very far. Also, this branch is almost broken. So here's another one of Link's new abilities. If we use this branch and the rock over here, and do this,
So this is something with the items, right? We're using this ability. So this is a sword symbol we saw. And then we have the option to either use our shield or a tree branch. And we see this glowing aura going from Link's arm towards the item.
Over here and do this. Look, we can stick them together.
What? Wait, what? Hold up. So it just went up +2? Wait, what? We can just attach items to other items? What? I'm just thinking of all the possibilities of things we could do. Like, so can we do 2 tree branches for a bigger tree branch? Can we do 2 swords for a bigger sword? A rock to a shield? Does that just make a better shield? Like, there's some crazy possibilities with this. So that's actually super cool. Let's see what happens when we use this thing.
We can stick them together. We created a makeshift hammer.
This is so funny and cool at the same time. It's just a rock on the tip of a tree branch, and we're just gonna whack the shit out of people with it. This is great. Okay.
Called fuse. You can stick objects together to create new weapons with various effects. Let's take on another construct with this fused weapon.
2 different types of construct. No.
We're dealing with 2 of them at once.
So this looks like a bigger tree branch, kind of like what I said. So I wonder if we can fuse 2 tree branches to get something like this.
Oh, we beat one. The weapon's attack has definitely improved. The other branch broke, but this weapon has much better durability. You can
this is different from the Boko spear. It's just a long branch.
All sorts of things by experimenting with the fuse ability.
Yeah. I can't wait.
You can fuse 2 weapons, for example.
No way.
If we take this long stick and fuse it with a pitchfork,
Farmer's pitchfork,
we can create a weapon with a...
Holy shit. We have so much range now? This is awesome. This is so stupid and cool at the same time. I love this. This is great.
A much longer attack range.
I can't wait to see the dumb shit people are going to come up with, and then just the hilarious clips that will ensue from these different fusions and things that we can do in battle.
With this, we don't have to get too close to enemies, and we can safely attack from a distance.
Bro, he just got melted by that.
You can also fuse arrows with materials in your inventory.
Oh boy.
For instance, try fusing...
So that might be what we saw in the trailer with the heat-seeking arrow, was some arrow fused with a different material instead of just a new arrow type. Possibly. Not confirmed, but that is a very good possibility of what could have happened, what we saw in that trailer.
Using this leaf to an arrow.
What? It's going to make him fly?
Fuse an ice elemental material to an arrow and you can freeze faraway enemies.
This just saves so much money doing things like ice arrows, things like that.
Very useful. In addition, let's see.
This will actually make farming and getting materials as you explore very valuable as well.
Ah, there's a bird flying around. If you're out hunting, you might feel that aiming with an arrow is too difficult.
Here we go.
Apparently, my eyes can't track fast-moving objects as of late, so my shots rarely land. So, at times like these, here's an eyeball you can get by defeating monsters. Fuse it to an arrow and...
Yep.
Look.
There it is.
It homed in on the target. Let's try this on another bird. I'll just fire in that general direction.
No way.
It's very simple. Depending on what you stick together, the fuse ability could also be beneficial for hunting.
That's incredible.
I fused a mushroom to my shield. Now, you're probably wondering if this has any use. Well, this mushroom is actually a puff shroom. Let's fight an enemy with this.
Okay, let's see what happens. Hit it.
I blocked with the shield. Okay, there's smoke now.
Oh my god. This looks like it's I'm really curious to see how this affects certain enemies, right, in certain situations. Um, because these look like there's some insanely strong possibilities. Like doing this versus a Lionel, I feel like it'd be really good just getting in a bunch of hits. I wonder if enemies will have counters to different things like this as well. I'd imagine we'll get some introduction and some new item stuff like this puff mushroom, or puff flower, whatever it's called, to make even more and more possibilities. So I'm really curious to see how this all changes. This is absolutely insane.
The enemies lost sight of Link, so attack.
And we have a sneak strike. Actually, I don't believe that's new.
So attack. Even if you struggle with combat, you can take down enemies using similar methods. In the previous game, you'd usually get powerful weapons by defeating strong
So wooden stick is different from a tree branch. That might be what we saw. So it might just be a separate item.
enemies. But in this game, fusing even the weakest weapon with something else could turn it into a useful weapon. There are even more gameplay options for sticking things together. Let me demonstrate. Some of the Sky Islands even have rivers.
So I know this is another thing I want to point out too, is that I know one of the biggest complaints, or like the main complaint I will say, with Breath of the Wild was that people didn't like the durability system and they felt like they were always cautious with what they had to use. But when everything in the world of Hyrule is a resource, then that just gives you so many more options and choices, where I don't think the durability is going to be as much of an issue with a change like this. So this seems like a really, really, really cool feature. That said, I do also want to point out what on the map, there's a battery-like symbol here, a shrine symbol, some huts with check marks. Don't know what those are. There's one hut without a check mark. And then we have this flaming hand-like symbol. This almost looks like something from like the Scourge enemies used in Breath of the Wild. Is kind of what this resembles, at least to me. So let's see if we get a preview what this ability is.
We'll want to cross this one, but swimming across it, well, the river's too wide for that. We need a boat. Of course, there isn't anything that resembles a boat around here.
So here we have these little pylon things. We saw these in the last trailer. We made a flying thing out of it, and it looks like we're going to be able to craft things. This is becoming like more Minecraft-esque with the ability to just create and craft things. This looks insane what it's going to be capable, what we're going to be capable of doing in this. So especially in the elements of exploration and just adding another element all to that.
So we'll lift up this log and attach it to a second log. Let's do one
We're gonna
more.
make a raft. Yo.
We'll bring this over here and attach a third log.
So this is the attachability, it would appear. And it glues in. So that jelly-like substance we saw in the last trailer is by utilizing the attach ability.
Makeshift raft. This is another new ability called Ultra Hand.
Ultra Hand.
Even though the logs are currently attached, they can be detached. Let's modify the shape of the raft.
Nice too. You mess it up or don't like the way it is, just unattach it, reattach it.
You can always attach things or detach them like this.
It's so cool.
Now, if we put this on the water, it's made of wood, so the buoyancy will keep it afloat.
You can turn
We've
it.
made a simplified version of a boat. However, it won't move in its current state, so we'll need something to propel it forward.
Little itty bitty speedboat.
There's something here. Let's try hitting it.
What?
Oh, wind. It's blowing wind.
It's got a battery? How does that work?
Looks like we found a fan. Why don't we try attaching it?
No way, dude. What the hell? This is... So, of course, you can't just make an infinitely flying machine. There's a battery. Makes sense. Okay. See how this works.
we'll attach another one. This should make
This
the
is
boat well
so
balanced.
cool. Oh my gosh.
Okay, there.
I want to go back to that frame for a second. Even here, it can tells you when we go to attach, it'll show you as well what you're going to attach it to, which is also really nice.
Okay, they're attached. All right, let's
Now hit
try
'em.
moving the boat. Hey, it's moving. It's sailing pretty fast with the wind from the fans. Since we added 2 fans, we should be able to cross the river in no time.
So with 2, the battery lasts longer as well. That's interesting. They combine together on one device.
All right, we reached the other side.
That was an interactable NPC.
We reached the other side.
Let's catch that frame of what this thing is
We
called.
reached the other side.
Ranger Construct. Interesting.
In the most recent trailer, we showed scenes of Link riding a large car and a flying machine. Those vehicles actually aren't in the game from the start. Instead, you'll be able to freely craft them on your own.
Yep, that's pretty much apparent now. This is awesome.
There are all sorts of objects you'll come across in this game. And depending on how you use your imagination, you can do a lot with them. So, try crafting different things and explore this world at your leisure.
We start to fly. See, the battery goes down really quickly when we fly.
There are even more new abilities. Take this.
So here we have this next ability, this almost UFO-like UFO beam, tractor beam type of emblem. Is kind of what it looks like.
Building over here. Okay, watch this.
We saw that in one of the trailers as well.
Look, I passed right through the ceiling. This new
That's insane for exploration. The amount of tools we have. This
ability is called Ascend. If you're in a place with a ceiling, you can go through to the floor above you.
So when we use Link's abilities, that's when we see his hand glow
Floor
up.
above you.
So let's go back here.
You can go through.
Just for... Damn it. Sorry. Yeah, alright. I'm not going to try to find this one frame. There it is. But you can see his hand is glowing when we are using his abilities. So that is cool.
To the floor above you.
Then it goes back to gray. Or white.
There are some restrictions, but what's great about this ability is that as long as there's a ceiling, you can use it anywhere.
What about that cave?
For example, this place has a cave with a hill right above it.
Mm-hmm.
If we use the ability here,
Oh,
come on,
what?
keep going. Okay, we
Wait, what? It's snowy up there? It is.
right above it.
That's
If
insane,
we
man.
use the ability here, come on, keep going. Okay, we emerged at the top of the hill. In the previous game, you had to use stamina to climb a mountain, but in this game, if there's a mountain with a cave like this one, you can now get to the top without having to climb all the way up. Here's another example. Imagine you're stuck in a cage. If it's got a ceiling, you know what to do, right? Exactly. Oh, there's another construct. It
What
seems
is
to be holding a
that?
strange weapon. Some enemies are equipped with fused weapons, so battles will play out a bit differently from the previous game.
Yeah, okay, that's nice. So we're gonna... It's not just gonna be easy mode, only us using fuse stuff. That's nice to see.
Ah, it blew me away with wind. Looks like it's got some sort of fan. Ah! I got pushed off! Oh well, let's just return to the surface. You can quickly descend from the sky to the surface like this.
This is so
It
cool.
feels so good.
Seamless, by the
In the
way.
sky, you'll be able to look out across the land. You can also search for destinations that
All right, hold on. Let's go back as we're falling here. Let's see what we can see. So, giant thing on the ground. We've seen these
the
trailers.
surface, like this. It feels so good. In the sky, you'll be able to look out across the
Another giant emblem that appears. Hyrule Castle.
land.
That looked like a tower.
To look out across the land.
A Sheikah tower with the lights coming up. So these two look slightly different. They could be our new versions of the Sheikah towers.
You can also search for destinations that pique your interest. Once you've chosen your destination, you can speed things up, like this.
Oh yeah.
Let's dive into this river. And we're back on the surface.
So cool.
There are still so many things I'd like to show you, but
These little
let's leave it at
dragons with
that
the
for now.
bokoblin.
What did you think? Some of Link's new abilities were updated from the previous game. I'm sure some of you watching me play were thinking, wait, if you could do that, then maybe you could do this too. In this game, you can do a lot of things just by thinking about what's even possible. There's still a lot of new gameplay, mysteries, and encounters we couldn't show today,
Yeah.
but they're all jam-packed into this unfamiliar Hyrule, and we hope you'll use your imagination to explore it. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.
Wow. That was incredible. Wow. I was already excited. We're a month and a half away. That's insane. And then this is the news, the Tears of the Kingdom Switch. Assuming this is the OLED. Pog. Game and system sold separately. And the Pro Controller and a new case. Badass. Wow. Okay, well, that was absolutely incredible. I'm not gonna lie. That was I was already excited for this, and just now just showing us the possibilities and how I'll say this. I was concerned at first that I feel like certain areas of Hyrule would be retreading, it'd feel familiar, wouldn't feel new. But with these changes, I'm not worried about that at all. Cause even I'm just thinking about what the new tools that we'll have access to. Say if there's a secret area inside a mountain that we can explore now with the ability like Ascend. So we could find new areas and places we've already been that we just didn't know were there because we have access to all these new abilities, new tools, new items which will help us explore and find these new things on the surface, as well as being able to explore these new sky islands as well. This is absolutely insane. I can't believe it. I didn't know what to expect from this, but wow, I'm just awed because the amount of things that we'll be able to do in this game just multiplied by an insane amount. All of the different things that we could do, right? With fusing items, using the abilities to explore, not having to worry about our stamina gauge, things like that, or the rain, right? Like, I know that was a huge pain. Having these abilities to help us in these different situations is going to completely change the way that we play Tears of the Kingdom compared to how we played Breath of the Wild. So, right, I think this really takes that element, like we saw, we have our X, we have our Y coordinates, and now we have that Z, which really, we're going to have so many tools to do that, right? Being able to ascend, explore the verticality of these areas, a completely different way from the way we just explored the ground level of Hyrule in Breath of the Wild. So this is so badass, to say the least. Wow. Just wow. This is going to be so good. You know, I can't wait. The other, I was really hyped for RE4, which I'm almost done with. And then the other two, my big three have been RE4, Breath of the Wild, sorry, Tears of the Kingdom, and Final Fantasy 16 for this year. And man, like, this is by far, I think, one of the best years for new games and gaming that we've had in a long time. It's absolutely incredible. Wow. So that was phenomenal. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys are excited for. Because like I said, there's so many different things that we'll be able to do now and explore. So just wow. Exploring, falling from the sky, skydiving, using that to access new areas. Um Damn, this is going to be insane. I cannot wait. But if you guys like this gave you some insight, like I said, please like a video, leave a comment down below, anything that you might have saw, some more insight. Like I said, with this, the possibilities are going to be damn near endless. Almost feels like we're getting Minecraft in a sense of how we can create and fuse things, with how many resources we've already had, as well as the new things we'll be getting access to. So absolutely incredible. But with that, that is going to be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one. And we'll have more news here for Tears of the Kingdom whenever that comes out before launch. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Deuces. See ya.